All right, we're good. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Den. Today, we're going to be talking about Star Wars: The Acolyte and our thoughts on the first two episodes. Today, I got with me Charlie, Percy Man, and Nick. Charlie and Nick, you guys have been on plenty of roundtables, basically everything underneath the sun. And then Percy, this is your first time, man. So appreciate you coming and like nerding out with us, bro. Like,
Thanks.
awesome.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, of course, of course. You know, I did completely like unrelated note, but I did see some stuff and have been kind of seeing some stuff lately. And I just wanted to kind of real quick go over this because it's been kind of picking my brain. Um, I've seen a lot of like division and like the Star Wars community, especially lately. And you know, I just want to say that, you know, the Den, you know, the my channel that I created, I really want to have like a community, and I think I do, but I just want to, you know, I want to have a community that is really a place where nerds can just come to be nerds. You know, it doesn't matter who you are, what, you know, trilogy you like, or what movie or show you like. We just want to, even if we disagree, we can just like walk away and shake hands and be respectful. And for the most part, I think everybody is here, and that's why I really like you guys and like the community. But I just wanted to say that because I've been seeing a lot of people just like afraid to kind of like voice your opinions on stuff. And I remember, you know, growing up, kind of be having that with like the prequel trilogy.
Mm.
And I don't want to create that for anybody. And I think there's a lot out there that does that. But I guess before I digress and go deeper down the rabbit hole, I just want to let you know that this is definitely a safe place where like I just want people to come out and nerd out. You know, I'm gonna leave it on this, which is kind of cheesy, but at the same time, you know, hey, it is what it is. I'm gonna quote my favorite Rocky movie: "If I can change, and you can change, everybody can change." You know, and I know that's corny, but I think that has a lot in Star Wars too, of like wanting to be better and like understanding, Obi-Wan, you know, always is like with the Jedi, he's like, you know, from a certain point of view, you know, I want everybody to kind of, whether you think this way or that way, or whether you're somewhere in the middle, we can all kind of just be nerds and nerd out, and at the end of the day shake hands and walk away if that's just we disagree. So enough on that. We're going to get into the Acolyte now. Sorry guys, I just wanted to kind of get that out there because that's been racking my brain for a little bit. But I want to know what you guys thought of the first two episodes, like the first impressions. Charlie, I know we kind of got yours at the watch party, but now that it's been, you know, a couple of days and you've stewed on it a little bit, I want to see if your mindset's changed or anything like that, as well as Percy and Nick. What you guys think?
All right.
And anybody can go. It's
Yeah.
It's open to anybody.
I don't know what the hell that was. But now relative to the same. I rewatched the two episodes actually earlier today whenever monsoon season was not trying to kill my internet. But that's beside the point.
Gotta love living on the coast.
God, I hate it with a burning passion. Yeah, still hold up. I'm looking for my buddy who's in like the stunt team and stuff like that. Even though if it gets like killed off like that or something like that, I'm like, ha! I seen you, but like that. But
do you know if he's like a just a background guy, or if he's like one of like
he couldn't say. He just said keep your eye out for.
He couldn't even say.
Yeah, he said keep an eye out for the middle part episodes, whatever that means.
Oh, okay. So he's gonna be somewhere towards the middle. That's
yeah.
Cool. Is there 8
man.
episodes?
He's in there, and yeah, I don't know, but whenever I went to LA, I should have known about.
What's going on, JT? Appreciate you dropping in. Sorry you couldn't make this one, man. We'll reconvene soon.
It's okay. We'll get a really good professional actor like yourself and voice actor, good sir. You will be missed.
We'll talk about that Sith code a little later on too. Jumping ahead.
Yeah. Okay, but no, my bad.
Nick, go ahead. If you had more to say, go ahead.
I'll break fast. Just still enjoyed it. Still loved it. Still looking for my buddy. On second watching the guy in the bar or the fix shop, whatever, really uncomfortably looks like a former Flash. That where I'm like, Yeah.
The one that helps May. Is that
Yes, I was like, I did like a triple look, like, wait, what? And
Yeah, he looks
I was
like
like,
Ezra Miller.
no,
Yeah, he does
him,
kinda have, like, the same-
I
him.
made a note about that. They made him just look just like
Thank God I'm the only one.
his hairstyle. No, he looks just like him.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I see it.
Like that guy could have played his twin in that movie.
Thank God I'm not the only
Everyone
one.
has
Twin, but
twins.
his alternate universe self.
Oh God, that was killing me. I was like, wait, what? I
noticed that on my second watch.
Yeah. So I was like, man, if he was somehow linked to, being the dude with the red lightsaber, that'd be so equally funny and dark at the same time. But okay, no. But yeah, no, I enjoyed it. Nothing's changed at all. I haven't turned away just yet. So yeah.
Very cool.
Carry on.
Yeah, I mean,
Carry on, good people.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it as well. I don't think there was much stuff I disliked about it. So some of the stuff I did like was the costumes. I like how there was a variety, and especially not even with just for the background characters. There was in a lot of the other shows like Andor, Mandalorian, Solo, Rogue One, they all shared very similar, if not like because they pulled a lot of the same costumes because they're just bounty hunters and stuff in the backgrounds. But this one, I couldn't catch anything that was reused, which was really cool. And it worked because it's 100 years before all that took place. So that type of like clothing might have not even like been around back then. So it was cool how they like really built everything. I don't know if they built everything from scratch, but
I mean, it looks like a lot of it was, man. Like you could definitely tell where the budget went in this. You had like a whatever it was, like 190 million. You're like, oh yeah, I can
Twice
see
the Kenobi show.
Yeah, that's also wild. Like, I want to sit into I want to be a fly on a wall on one of those meetings and just be like, how do they determine the budgets for like these shows? Like, I'm curious because like every show has a different budget. I'm just like, wouldn't they be like? I understand if they're like one's a little bit more, one's a little bit lower, but like, what did Kenobi had? It had like 80 million versus like 190. That's a huge leap. Like, that's like I'm curious to see how that another topic for another time, but I'd be interested to see how it goes down.
They're going the less is more route, I think, right now.
Yeah,
with
for
the
sure.
New guy running Disney and the new old guy running Disney.
Nick, was that it, or did you have anything else to kind of add to the episodes?
Not too much. Yeah, I'm sure we'll get into more of this stuff, but that was kind of just my initial reaction. I just really liked both of them. It's definitely faster, I think, so far than Andor was, which I really appreciated. And I feel like this also has like I don't know. I feel like a higher watchability rate than Andor did as well. Because I don't know, this one I really enjoyed watching it the second time. Not that I didn't with Andor, but I don't know. It feels different. It's obviously this one's like a lot lighter and more, I guess, vibrant than Andor was. I don't know. Yeah.
Nice, man. Nice. Percy, man, what about you, man?
I like the show so far. I'm a bit on the fence about a lot of not the actors, but the way they're acting and like bouncing off of each other. But other than that, like the whole Jedi being like in charge of the galaxy kind of thing is pretty awesome. To see like right up front, and like they're not like, no one really, people like them, but they don't really like them. A lot of people don't really trust them and kind of thing.
They're the police of the universe right now.
Cool to see, and I definitely want to see more.
Very cool, man. Very cool. Yeah. I was.
And the music's really good. I noticed.
Oh,
on a second watch through, like holy shit! The where all the prisoners are escaping, it sounds like the Empire Strikes Back when they're fighting on Hoth.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and I'll have to go back and like check that out because I haven't like.
Similar anyway, not the same song, obviously, but I was like, wow, they're pulling from JW.
Good
old
Williams.
Heck yeah. So the thing that I wanted to kind of go into first was, what did you guys think of the combat? Because like we've kind of like, we didn't really, which is weird to me, like we didn't get a lot of lightsaber stuff. It was like mostly like hand to hand. and Charlie, I'm definitely interested to hear yours coming from a martial arts background. But like, how did you guys think it held up? Did you really enjoy it? I know we got a lot more force abilities in the kind of like, maybe not force abilities, but uses of the force, like almost like they had like double jump in some scenarios, or there was like they were using it like, you know, almost like chi or something like that, you know, almost like an energy thing. So I'm curious to see what you guys thought about it.
Oh, right on, man. Yeah, I mean, that definitely tickled my fancy. It was awesome to see and everything like that. I mean, I knew it was going to be good because my buddy, I need to just copy and paste this thing in like the chat or something like that. Just give him his props. Qian Hong, he studied at Chinese Chung Fa for the past 27 years. So.
And this is your friend that's in it, right?
Yeah. I don't know what he's gonna do or what he's gonna be and stuff. And I've only seen like pictures and stuff. He's like, "Do not show this" or anything like that. And it was just him in like a little robe and stuff like that. And I was like, man. So if it's something for him to get involved with, and he's purely like Mandarin Chinese, like,
wow,
it's it's gonna be good. But like, yeah, I was, fresh out of the gate. I love how they augmented speed of. Like not just speed, jumping, doing stuff like that. Just the first episode with the actress Carrie Ann Moss. I still always want to call her Trinity or Trin. I can't do it, Kiana. But like that, whenever doing stuff like that, the implements of kind of like a Wing Chun and stuff like that, and then you got like a mixture blend of what you would see in like Avatar: The Last Airbender, shows, stuff like that. I'm like, oh, this is freaking cool. And I'm thinking like that, and I'm like, okay, cool. I see what you're doing. And you could tell a bunch of stuff took a lot of time. I tried to watch too much stuff, Stanley's, but I tried to watch too much stuff because I'll watch maybe. Oh no.
Is it? No. Oh, he's back.
I think I'm back. Okay, I think I'm back.
No reason.
For like the past minute, I was just gone.
My bad, but no, just it was awesome. I loved it.
No.
Yeah, I know, right? I love just the little implements and everything like that of just because in history, Sith are known to be like very acrobatical and stuff like that. Yeah. And so seeing this acolyte and everything, not Sith their name and everything like that, but just seeing that person do that. But the thing what I was talking about was I try to look at too many trailers or too much. I'll maybe watch two at best because I don't want to see too much stuff where I'm like, oh, okay, I see where that's going.
Well, especially nowadays, man, trailers
they show everything put away.
Yeah.
And you're like, why do I watch that? But I did see some of the training for this, and that opening scene in the first episode, that took a while to make, and I watched that, and she came from like a Chong Fa background, so I'm like, good on you, man.
Yeah, they do. Whoever's doing the wire work for those people, like,
it's clean.
Yeah, they need a raise because like you couldn't tell anything. Like it really looked good, and like I don't know about you guys, but like I didn't think that what was the Jedi's name? The Trinity? I can't remember her name off the top of my head.
Oh no.
Endara. Yeah, I thought she'd have a little bit more time in the show than what she had. She's literally gone in the first 5 minutes. I was like,
I think she's gonna get flashbacks.
Flashbacks.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
We need Torben too. When we get to that, Torben was fucking cool.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's pretty wild how they're kind of doing this show. It almost like feels like it's gonna be not exactly like Tarantino style, but how Tarantino movies are kind of like out of order, like when like it'll jump forward, then it'll jump backwards, like in the middle. It kind of feels like it's gonna be one of those style of shows where like you can tell something's going on with like the Jedi cover up, right? Like they're trying to hide something, or something went down that they don't want anybody else to know. Because you can see it already in the Jedi by like saying like they're political enemies, which I'm also curious to see what political enemies they have. I haven't read any of the High Republic stuff, but like what political enemies did the Jedi have at this point? Yeah, none of you guys have read it yet?
I have not.
Negative.
No.
Not even comics.
Yeah, I know they have a lot of stuff because apparently man, I'm so bad with names because it's all new stuff. But the chick with the green, she's like the
Vernastro.
Sinestro Row.
yeah, she's apparently
Sinestro,
in
yeah.
a lot of the
Mhm.
Old Republic stuff. Apparently, like in a lot of the
High
books.
Republic.
Or High Republic. Sorry, yeah. What did I say? Old Republic. My bad.
Yeah, she's like one of the main characters. I'm pretty sure of that, of at least a series.
She's
of
like
them.
really young though in that one, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
she
think
is
so.
younger. Yeah,
Okay.
she's like over 100 or something.
Yeah, she's
in the
definitely
Acolyte,
older than
apparently.
Small.
Yeah. When she said, she's like, I remember when you were a boy.
Yeah.
But yeah, the act like the I don't know. It kind of gives me her going back to like the fighting combat,
Mhm.
kind of almost like Grievous mixed with a little bit of like Darth Maul, like almost like she's like a Sith assassin, not really like a true Sith like warrior or anything like that.
I think the opening card called her an assassin.
Oh, did it? Okay.
Not a Sith assassin, but an assassin.
Okay, because like it's they're introducing a lot of interesting stuff because like we don't know like who this master guy is.
It could be the apprentice.
Yeah, like we don't like it could just
Could
be like a
training someone to like help take down his master. I don't
yeah
know.
that would be cool because we kind of see that right with like we have Palpatine who's like the ultimate master, then we have Dooku who's his apprentice, and then Dooku has like a Ventress and then sometimes Maul, and it gets a little murky and stuff, but like always somebody else, like she could be that like assassin type, because we get the going to like the Sith code and stuff like that, like they kind of say it a little bit, you know, like kind of give like a little bit of a tease between that that guy and May.
Yeah, I noticed that on the second
dude, he's
round.
suspicious, man, because I'm like, why do you know like parts of the Sith code? Even if you're
Chimera.
like, yeah, I'm like,
I mean, that's his name. Yeah.
I'm like, why do you know that? Like you're making poisons and stuff like that. I was like, I don't know, there's something up with you, man.
It's
The way he
That
was
was
talking
the
about
master
like-
personally,
yeah.
it seems.
it's interesting how like high pitched and stuff his voice was, but then when he starts walking up to Osha and was like, "Wow, you look just like her," and like his voice just like drops. I
It's
was
like
like,
a mask.
yeah.
Put off a mask or something. Yeah.
That's when he most
Yeah.
looked like Ezra Miller. Isn't that-
I know, right? It would
He's
make
got the
sense.
greasy
if
hair.
it would make sense if he's.
I think they're doing it on purpose. To
Yeah, I
make
know,
it
right?
like Paul.
God, I didn't see that when I first watched it, but now every time I go back, like you guys are gonna have that like burned into my head. Like I'm not gonna be
It
able
was
to unsee
killing
it.
me. I was like, man, I don't want to bring the. Thank God someone else thought of it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's very sus and stuff like that, especially certain things, and I don't know, just the way, just like you're saying, like the way he was like the cocktail poison and stuff like that, starting to do stuff. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? And everything like that. How would you know about the master and stuff like that? And just like, well, is this gonna be the camouflage thing, and just all of a sudden, drop an act and stuff? But I guess we'll find out. But
Do you guys think he's from the same planet as Osha and May, maybe? Because he knows that Bunta stuff?
Oh,
He's not an
maybe.
actual apothecary. He killed that guy, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. He did look at. Oh, I didn't think about that. He could be like someone else from their village or something. I did not think of that.
Maybe like the master or the stranger, I guess they call him too. Could have like taken in a bunch of kids or something then.
Oh.
Just a theory.
Well, because what I'm thinking happened with May is that they thought she was dead in the fire. Maybe she gets like messed up from it. I don't know, because we haven't. She's covered up a lot of the times. Like we barely see like a lot of her face. But who knows? She might have like scarring or something. Maybe that Sith Lord dude like saved her from the fire and then like went and trained her or something like that. Because I think that was like the whole premise before Acolyte came out, was like the Jedi failed to like protect the village. They took one sister and the other sister was like pissed because the Jedi didn't do their job. So like the Sith, she went with the Sith.
Yeah.
Or some faction of it.
Yeah, she definitely hates what the Jedi did. I think that's what's really interesting.
It's not her cup of tea right now.
The fire and killed the ocean. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I think that is a possibility. I mean, who knows? Because like we don't know anything about this other like I mean, dude, he kind of looks like a Knight of Ren. I don't want to call him that, but like that's what he looks like a Knight of Ren guy with a light.
Yeah.
So we'll see, I guess, what the dealio is with that, because this is also kind of around the time of like Plagueis, and I guess Plagueis would be
Tenebrous.
a kid, but
Yeah,
Tenebrous
he would
somewhat be around.
still be a kid. I don't think he would even have Plague. He would still be Higo Damask. Tenebrous would still be around. It's very interesting as well when it comes to stuff like that, because Darth Gravit, I think it was the dude's name. It was one before Tenebrous or two before Tenebrous. That rule two, go figure. One before that broke off and actually ruptured the Force bubble enough where the Jedi like, the hell was that, and everything like that, because they talk about it in the book and stuff like that, and it's kind of allude to. So that would be very cool if that was somehow tied into that. And that's secretly Ezra Miller, you monster.
Because I thought it was 100 or 200 years before Phantom Menace, but didn't the crawl say it was like 100 years before the Empire? So that would be like not even
100 years before Order 66, I guess.
Yeah.
Or like a week after.
Yeah, yeah, it was established pretty quickly. They're loosey goosey on the timelines, but somewhere around. So yeah, I mean, they would be in like those Sith would be in existence, and we, for all we know, this guy could be like the helmeted guy could be like Tenebris's one of his like students or something like that. Because in the Plagueis books, Plagueis has multiple apprentices and stuff like that, and Plagueis finds out that Tenebris.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's what I meant. Tenebris has
good old Venomous. Poor guy.
So like maybe this guy is just another failsafe.
Yeah, he did experiments on.
God, yeah, poor guy.
Yeah. But yeah. So I guess we'll see kind of what developing further on into that. But you guys like the Sith assassin kind of aspect of it, instead of her getting. I guess instead of her having like a blade, she kind of has like almost like kunai knives that she's like throwing.
Yeah, I did. I think either, if not building up to, let's face it, Darksiders or Dark Jedi, or even like if it is Sith thing, like they always like messing with like their apprentices and stuff like that. Hey man, you can go over there and kill them. I'm not going to give you a red blade though. You have to work up to it. Can I get a red blade now? Yeah, sure you can. Dead. Okay, next one, and everything like that.
That would be wild if that's what happened at the end of the season. Like she kills all the Jedi, and then he's just like, "I'm disposing of you," and then it like goes on to something else, like in the next season.
Damn.
That would be wild.
Yeah,
I'd be surprised if Soul survives this season.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
Too much Qui-Gon vibes.
Yeah, I know, he's so cool.
Well, it was cool to see the fight between, like the first fight, where she was just kind of deflecting and like moving around, and she got surprised, right? And that's what killed her. Whereas like Soul, he's like, I've been around the block. He like takes all the knives from her and then like drops them right in front of her. I was like, dang, dude, it's like you're on it. You're on it. He does give the Qui-Gon vibes though, for sure.
They had different fighting styles, like Carrie and Soul. I thought that was really cool. And the best part about the Endara fight, I just want to touch on that because it was the start.
For sure.
Is like there's a part where May runs away, and like instead of chasing her down, like Endara just like walks up the stairs and walks around, and then May tries to stab her, and like she backs up. She saw it coming because she's like calm and collective, and that was like her whole thing. I thought that was cool.
Heck yeah, I completely agree. It was I'm trying to. Man, I just lost my train of thought. Oh no, I got it. The fighting was really cool because like I felt like it was kind of like Kenobi too, when like Vader, Reva is like trying to attack Vader, and he's just literally just like bobbing and weaving.
Yeah,
like, it gave me those style vibes, but almost like the next level up.
Definitely.
Like with that. So I'm curious to see, because I think May was like not strong enough in the Force, and that's why the Jedi wanted Osha, thank you. I was like, what is her name? I'm like blanking.
Hey, dude, it happened to me too. Don't worry about it.
So it's interesting to see that she had it. Like that's where the Grievous kind of comes into play, is that she almost has to use these tactics because she's not as strong in the Force and her master is kind of like the Count Dooku trying to train Grievous for like the intimidation, the surprise, and all. And you can kind of see that in May's like training with what you were saying, Percy, with how she like vanished and then she just comes out of nowhere and like strikes, and she did the same thing with the one-eyed master who had like the giant freaking like scar.
Yes.
Torben, yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. And dude, you guys are on the names. I'm like struggling. I'm
I
like,
just
what
know the names. I feel like that's all I know.
I'm like, what are the names? What are the names?
I remember names better than I remember like faces. I'm one of those people.
Yeah, see, I'm like flipped. I'm
Most
a face
people
guy.
are the other way around. Yeah.
Yeah. But it was cool to see what did he take? What vow did he take?
Dude, that made my ears pop up whenever that happened, and made my heart swell a little bit because I was like, because I think you hear it like one time, but the bearish vow, and that was the thing in the Charles Soule Vader comics.
That's
That
right.
when he got his kyber crystal from that guy and killed him, and spoilers, he killed a lot of people with that. But anyways, the point being is
that guy almost killed Vader there, right?
At
beat
first,
his ass at first, yeah.
Yeah, at first, and then that foolish droid had to mock him about the high ground, and then Vader's like, nah, no, not again. Got back up and
climb up the
got it, and started using people against and everything like that. And he's like, no, leave, no. It's like, you care about these people. He just does that and everything like that, and uses that.
Oh yeah.
Kyber.
Did you guys know this? I didn't know this.
Whoa, what?
Torben was
he really?
King Tommen from Game of Thrones.
I didn't even recognize him because he had like all like the beard and stuff.
What?
Well, I guess he had the giant scar too, so that's hard to see.
Yeah.
I guess it has been a few years too. Like when did Game of Thrones come out? Like
oh god,
like
how interesting.
Like
That's like 10 plus years ago, right?
Yeah. So like I think it tracks. But no, it was cool to see that they're like, we didn't see anything like that in like the prequel trilogy of like Jedi kind of like leaving to go find themselves, and maybe that's the point of kind of like the prequel,
that's
right? Like the Jedi was detached from their values, and like
they would his was but before, well, he didn't know about Order 66 and everything like that, but he did that on something else to go like find himself or do something like that. But in this case, this Jedi did it because Link to the Fire and all that sort of jazz, that the Kill Bill list and stuff like that. But
willingly took the poison.
Yeah, that was dark but awesome.
Yeah. He's like, I'm sorry. Like,
right?
Man. That's wild.
Yeah, this show quickly turned into, it was like a who done it, and now it's like a why done it.
Yeah.
It's like, what did these Jedi do that they want to kill themselves to hide the information?
Yeah.
That's what like really got me invested in it now. I'm just like, damn.
Heck yeah, man. I completely agree. And then the Stanleys, when we were talking about the knives, I thought it too. I thought she was going to use the Force and be like, hit him in the back, and it was going to be like a Mortal Kombat style move or something where they all like go through him or something. But nah, he's too cool for that. They can't kill him off just yet. Yeah. I agree with Percy. I think they are going to get him, but not yet. Not yet. Yeah. And it's cool too. Like I feel like we are seeing the Force being used in different ways, which is nice. Like her using like the Force push like on the ground to like kick up all the dust, and then for her to like escape and stuff like that. I feel like that's one thing that we have kind of been missing in Star Wars is like creativity, kind of with the like using the Force instead of just like pulling something, pushing something. We'll get lightning every once in a while, which is cool. I'm all for that, but it's cool to see it kind of used in different ways as well with the fighting and like all the different techniques.
Yeah,
it's really... Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was just saying it was very Wizard. Just a great fact, because just thinking about that, because you're like, yeah, you see stuff like that in the old Republican stuff, like it's like, oh man, why can't they do that thing? You see it in this, like, ha 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 ha, it took you long enough. It's like, yes, smiling better late than ever. It's awesome.
Well, I think focusing on the focusing on having all the characters having these types of like jujitsu force fighting rather than everyone pulling out their lightsabers 24/7. I think that would have gotten really old really fast in a show like about Jedi. So I feel like it makes it more special and engaging because now when they do ignite it, we know that like, oh shit,
Yeah.
they mean business now.
Yeah.
So I feel like
That's a
when
good
that
point.
happens, it's more impactful.
Well,
rather
unless
than
you're
them having a
freaking,
clashing fight every episode.
unless you're Yord, who like freaking pulls out his lightsaber like every 2 seconds. And
I like Yord.
I know this is a deep cut,
Yord.
but like every time I hear his name, I just want to like screech it at the top of my lungs. Like I don't know why. And I have this clip because this is what it reminds me of.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It just goes, yeah. It's like a whole like freaking
Yord.
meme. But like Yord. I don't know why I do that. His name is pretty funny. I will say though, y'all were cracking me up in the Instagram about his hair, man. I know I chimed in too, but like I feel like that haircut is such a common haircut. Like I didn't even realize it too. I saw the oh man, names are just not a thing for me tonight. Who is the antagonist in the first Black Panther? Michael B. Jordan plays. What's his like name in the show? Killmonger. Yeah, he has the Killmonger haircut. It's
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, Killmonger, Miles Morales from Spider-Man 2, the game and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And I'm sure there's plenty more out there that I'm missing, but those were the two that really came to mind. I was like, what the heck? I was like, they're giving him
like the guy from Apex.
Yeah, he's got that Gen Z haircut, which is kind of weird in Star Wars, especially because it's like older. It's like I feel like
I noticed it goes like from black hair to brown hair, kind of. I was like, I didn't notice that on the first watch through, but yeah, everyone was making fun of his hair, so I was like, all right, I gotta
well, it's because
look
like
at it.
the actor in real life doesn't have he just has like short hair, so it's like weird seeing him with like just a completely different hairstyle. But but no, he's funny, man. I think he's gonna be an interesting kind of like almost like a I don't know how like Kiadi Moody was in like Clone Wars and stuff like that, like very like stern, but has like almost like some comical aspects because he's like so devoted to the Jedi.
Definitely.
You know,
it reminds me of the banter of Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan. It's not being the Qui-Gon thing and stuff like that, and he's like straight to it and everything like that, and slowly over time it's like okay and everything like that. It's like pulls out lightsaber. There it is. Like, dude, chill, relax, man. She's not. No, we're good. We're good, man. Dude, just put the lightsaber. So, just little moments like that. It's like, oh man. It's like, nope, she couldn't have done it. Just like slowly walks down the stairway. I was behind her the whole time.
Yo, 100%.
Oh my god, yeah.
Nailed
it. About that.
Freaking Sokka from Last Airbender. Yeah,
definitely.
Maybe a little less jokey. But yes, 100%.
Good man.
I got a theory about Yord.
Oh, let's hear it, man. Let's hear it.
I think he was in Dara's Padawan, and Dara left the Jedi Order, and that's why she's in a bar. So he feels betrayed because she left him. He wasn't on her mission or whatever. Maybe I don't know.
Dang.
Well, I think Indara is just like stationed on.
But maybe that's too many connections in one show. I don't know.
It's cool to think about. Yeah,
that's true.
Sorry.
No, dude, we love hearing theories and saying theories and stuff like that. We're just being nerds, man. Just hanging out.
The last thing I want to say about the force fighting and stuff is I'm curious to see if there's going to be any more like styles, because right now it's very like jujitsu heavy, but it's obviously going to be very strange seeing Kelnaka do fighting like that. The Wookiee. Dude. So I'm wondering if like he'll have like his own style that's like not jujitsu. So I'm curious to see about
totally gonna have his own style.
Dude, yeah, I can imagine him doing like Kelnaka doing that, and then they just go push, push, and then he just breaks their arm or something like that. He's just like no, he just like nopes them. He's just like no.
If this the Wookiee that leads up to the, you never want to piss off a Wookiee, kid. Why? He's the one who, Wookiees are best known for their temper. I can't do a Harrison Ford thing. Anyways, you get the point of the ripping arm off and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
If he's the one that does it in such a manner where you're like, oh my God, like that. That would just be really cool. I don't know.
It'll be interesting to see how May tackles him, because he's like the next one.
Yeah,
right? Like
there's no way she's gonna get up. I hope not. That's gonna be so sad. I don't want to see him die.
Yeah, we get one Wookiee Jedi and he like dies in the next episode. Bro.
I really hope not.
Well, he better not die right away. I hope.
Yeah,
I want Soul to like go against the order and go to the Wookiee and be like, bruh, I'm here to help because like this shit's fucked up.
Yeah. We'll see. I mean, who knows? Because he looked kind of like he wanted to go and just like forget that he's like, we don't have time to talk. He's like, we don't have time for politics. He's like, we got to go. Like, we know where she's going. We got to get her. You know, so it'll be interesting to see. I know in the trailer there was a shot of him landing on that forest planet with a whole bunch more Jedi. So I don't know if that's going to be a flashback or if that's going to be like he goes to the temple and gets more people to come with him and then they go explore. I don't know what the dealio is with that.
Who, Kalnaka or Soul?
Soul comes to like I guess to visit Kalnaka in the trailer, and there's a whole bunch of Jedi like behind Soul.
That's where I swear it was. I think it was the first or second one that I last one to watch.
I avoided the trailers.
Oh yeah, it's.
Oh, sorry. Well,
it's okay.
That's where I was like, Carrie and Moss Trinity, really? I could have sworn. Okay, no, yeah. So you're just like, oh man, everything like that. But yeah, just
5-foot girl versus 7-foot Wookiee.
Yeah, who's coming out in that scenario?
Well,
I mean,
you have to do. You think the Wookiee acknowledges that he walks around naked or what? Well, first off, what's going on, man? Appreciate you stopping by and saying hello. I think that's like the same thing with like, I was gonna say Scooby-Doo, but he's a dog, so he doesn't have to have clothes on. But like Chewbacca, I guess, has like a bandolier. I mean, I guess
they got a lot of fur, so they gotta stay cool.
Who knows, man? But he does have some clothes on. I mean, he's not.
He wears a robe in one picture. I've only seen a picture where he's wearing a robe.
Yeah, there are pictures of him, and like when he went, I think it was Celebration or something in the premiere, he had his like golden robes on and stuff. So either we'll see him put it back on or see him in the flashback. So I'm assuming we're gonna see all four of them on what was their planet called? I don't remember.
Oh, I know, right?
Fondue or something.
Stay out of my swamp. What are you doing? Yeah, he like freaking broke that gun in half. That was sick.
Oh my god, yes. The way he's like
he's
hanging out there doing his thing, man. These guys come, running up, and you're just like, oh man, you get wrong place, wrong time, guys. What are you doing? This is not going to end well for you.
And I also wanted to talk about too the lightsaber, the yellow lightsaber. This is the I guess second time we've seen it in live action, but I think we're going to get more scene out of it in this show. Like, how do you guys feel about seeing the yellow?
I love yellow.
Yeah,
that's it's definitely like one of my top colors for lightsabers.
Well, it's cool to see it not as a sentinel, or not sentinel. What are they?
Temple Guard.
Or no, Temple Guard. Yeah, I don't know why I thought
you're right.
X-Men.
No, you're right. That's what they called it.
But yeah, it's cool because like I feel like they kind of just reverted to that in the prequels, and now they're more Jedi are kind of having different colors.
Yeah.
Very specific when it comes to classifications and stuff like that. And those guys, Temple Guards in that timeline, they knew their stuff. Especially Jason Isaacs, love that guy. But seeing that and everything, I was like, my mind automatically just goes back to Bastille Lashawn and everything like that. I was like, yeah, but oh man, but yeah, seeing it like more live action like that and just how they would point it and stuff like that it's really cool. Yeah.
And while we're on the topic of lightsabers too, what do you guys? No, we're not talking about the light whip. That's the silly conversation. But in one of the conversations or interviews that Leslie Headland had, I think it was with Dave Filoni, where they were like talking to each other. Okay. She talks about having the production team create a lightsaber separate from the light whip. That the production team was just like, nah, we can't do that.
Yeah, it's like not possible.
Like, what do you guys?
Oh, that umbrella thing from Visions. Like,
yeah, dude. I mean, honestly, I'm here for it. If that's the case, I'm here for. I think it's impractical as hell, but I mean, hey, we've had that before with lightsabers. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, we've had it before.
You better be like turning it on and off. That's all I gotta say. Because like a whip, you gotta like, unless you're like dragging it on the ground and burning everything, like.
That's kind of sick too, though.
I guess.
Could you imagine like burning
really
the ground?
A Jedi thing.
No, this is definitely a Sith move, but like burning the ground then like
Yeah.
whipping it and then throwing the embers from the ground with the force with
Ooh.
your other hand. That's
That'd be
definitely a
cool.
Sith move, but
God,
that
that's
would be kind of
not.
sick.
Yeah, I mean, I stay away from
I just
stuff
hope
like
it
that.
looks cool.
Yeah, yeah. This is the first time I'm hearing about this. I'm like, wait, what?
I mean,
So,
maybe a saber pike, but I don't know why that would be like unrealistic to like for the production team to like make.
Yeah, if
'Cause we've-
anything, that's easier
That'd be
than a
cool.
normal lightsaber because you got more places to put stuff. It's longer hilt.
Spears were
yeah,
more widely
I
used.
don't know what.
that's
than
kind of
swords.
cool if it turns like back into the. So it's like maybe it is the light whip, but it can turn back into a regular lightsaber.
But
That
in the
makes sense.
interview, she says it's not the light whip. It's something different. It's a different lightsaber.
I guess
So
we'll see.
yeah,
I thought I saw there was some she was turning it off or something. Or
she definitely
What?
has a
Isn't it
light whip.
purple?
But I think what Max was saying
Yeah,
was
purple.
Okay,
in
I wasn't going crazy.
in the interview, she was saying that she had a new lightsaber made that isn't the light whip. And originally, like the prop department was like, we can't make this. This isn't impossible to make. But then I guess they figured out how to do it. But so I'm just curious, what is that?
It's the
Maybe
Swiss
a
Army
graduation.
knife saber. Just pulls it out. It's like
Yeah.
all the little dude.
Oh,
But no,
God.
that's cool about if that's actually true with like the pommel, if I can talk.
Maybe
pommel
the
twisting. That's kinda
the
sick.
arm
See,
ones.
that's how it works in the
Oh,
comics.
the
I'm pretty
gauntlets?
sure she switches back and forth between.
Yeah,
it.
that's very kung fu. I think if they had the arm
Mhm.
ones,
Yeah,
Oh my
I mean,
God. Yeah.
like the batons, I guess they're called.
yeah,
so
yeah.
what-
Yeah.
what if it's like how like the bounty hunters like when they hit their like feet
Their
or whatever, like they have like a blade coming out? What if it's like a Jedi has that where he stomps his foot and it's just like a little saber that juts out and then you can kick somebody just real quick.
You
Done.
mentioning Quentin Tarantino and stuff, I almost there was almost a foot fetish joke in there somewhere. So I was
Oh,
waiting
God.
on something just like kicks the ground, comes out of the foot and everything, lightsaber out of that. Like, I don't think we could do that, but just something like that. I don't know. It's,
With
crazy.
all these new species coming out, did you guys what stood out to you for like all the different ones? Like I know for me it was the dude or the I don't know, dude, chick, whatever, with the orange, like it
With
had
the
like
bubble?
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I was like, what the heck? We had the guy with like the tongue that like it was like wrapped around his head or something
Oh,
like
yeah.
that.
Oh, the
In the
little
prison?
face hugger. Yeah, that was mine. Where I was like, wait, what? Do we just cross universes?
And then I
Well,
guess we've
speaking
seen
of
cyborgs, but like, sorry, go ahead, Nick.
I was gonna say, speaking of facehugger, I don't know if you guys have heard or watched any of the channels at YouTube channels out there that went to that like little roundtable thing where they got to talk with Leslie Headland before the premiere.
No, I haven't.
But I was watching something. I think I was watching Star Wars Explained, and they were basically saying that there's going to be a very alien vibe episode coming soon, apparently. So that will be
okay.
fun.
Nice.
And then someone else asked the question, like, what's going to be the one episode that really gets people talking? And she said episode 5. So
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know what that tells us, but
Climax.
yeah.
Well, I don't know who said it. I know in our Instagram group chat, somebody was saying that there's supposedly supposed to be a fight in there that's supposed to be on the same level as like the Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, and Maul fight. And I was like, dude, that's a tall order. So I'm like, I guess we'll see what like happens. But I was like, man, I'm all for it. I was like, even if it's not at the same level and it's like close, dude. I feel like we
I
haven't
think
had
just
an
trying to
amazing
compare
saber
it
fight.
is
Yeah.
not the
Yeah.
right move, though.
I
For sure.
remember them saying that for the Rise of Skywalker also when Kylo and Rey are fighting on the Death Star. I remember before the movie came out, people were saying the same thing. But I feel like this show and what they've brought so far, I think it definitely has the potential to do that.
Yeah. Well, the scene was cool. Them fighting on the
no.
Death Star ruins. That's cool, but the fight's not so much. The fight was yeah. But we won't get into that. But the scenery of like the trashy Death Star, that was sick. That was cool.
Has
But,
everyone here seen The Boys, right?
No,
Oh
I
yeah,
haven't.
I'm
Can't say-
haunted.
can't say
I'm
anything.
forever haunted by a certain aqua person. No, I never looked
It's
at
on my
that.
list. It's on my list.
deep
I
This
haven't
comment is hilarious.
seen it.
Tough dude.
The guy from The Boys. Oh my goodness. I actually didn't mean to click on that. I meant to click on his earlier one. So I was like, what are you talking about? I was like,
Yeah,
he's talking
like
about
Maris
Maris Marood.
Maris
I was like,
Marood
what are you talking about with your tongue? I was like, what the heck? And I clicked on the wrong. I clicked on the wrong thing.
That
Yeah,
was
dude,
the
no.
best, though.
That would be sick. Like the not nunchucks, like the baton.
Yeah, the way
Uh,
she
like
does those. Yeah,
I'm
That was
I'm
sick.
all for
about
it, man.
Yeah, that's what they call
Wolverine
it,
claws, but
Oh
lightsaber.
god.
That would be
Lightsaber
it's
claws.
too OP. Too OP.
Yeah, you know, God, I don't remember her name, but Daphne Keene's character, Jackie. She was X-22 in Logan. Just give her her claws back, but lightsabers.
She already has
Oh.
horns, so just like give her some claws. Just go crazy.
What species is she? Do you know?
She's a mix. She's half human, half something. I don't remember what the alien.
He looks like one of
species is.
Jabba's dancers or something, or like. I feel
Oh,
like
yeah,
the
you might be
the
one of
right.
the,
pink
I feel
chick?
like one of the dancers has that.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I can't remember though.
Yeah, she's like the pink one, right? With the like the really crazy like hair, it's like shooting out and stuff like that.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
I
so.
know
I might
exactly
be
who you're
wrong.
talking about. The one that
She
is
got
like very
spikes.
near Boba Fett. Yeah.
Well, we also got Yord's Padawan too, who was like almost looked like a
Elin?
Gundark or something like that, like with the ears, her ears being
Yeah,
so
she
far
looked
out.
Oh no, I
cool.
think that was Zygerian.
Oh, she was a
Yeah,
Zyger. That makes
Zygerian, that
sense,
sounds right.
dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Zygerian skull.
blowing my mind here. I'm like, I can't tell what species.
Yeah, her makeup or like her prosthetic looked really good. I thought, or whatever.
Bro, she was all business too. When she was like interrogating OSHA, she was like, "Where were you here? What is this? That's not funny. What is this?"
Mhm.
What are you-" Like she was like very by the books.
I like
Yeah,
her
her-
better than Jackie so far. I think.
Whoever said the girl from Jabba's palace, you're right. The species is a Thelin.
Nice.
And yeah, that's the same species.
Dude, it's so, I will say I like that we're getting more because there's so many species we
I
don't
love
see a lot
aliens.
of.
Dude.
Yeah.
I was.
Well, we're
That was
Well,
my
we
one
talked-
complaint about Andor was like that one planet didn't have enough aliens. Like
Yeah.
just
Dude.
people with bricks.
Next season, man. Hopefully next season we'll get some more.
Yeah. Dude,
what we're
the
talking about. Oh, sorry.
oh, sorry, Matt. I'm sorry, Nick. Go ahead. I'm an idiot.
No, okay. While we're talking about species still, this was in my Easter eggs, but I'll just bring it up now. In the background, when they're leaving the temple for the first time to go to the snow planet, Karlak,
Mhm.
when they're exiting the door on the left side, there's like the manta ray species from the Clone Wars sitting there. I think they're called mantus.
Really? I'll have to go back and
Yeah.
watch. I must have missed that. That's cool. Is it like a
That's
Jedi or like a Padawan? Or what?
I don't. He was kind of just like sitting at a desk while people were like walking past him. Like I
Mhm.
guess he was like a greeter or someone. I don't know, but it just caught my eye. I thought it was cool.
It was interesting too. I don't know if you guys caught that there were some like pilots and like different people in the Jedi tent. Like it wasn't just like I feel like a lot of the prequels.
Yeah, it
we
looked like
just saw Jedi.
senators and stuff walking around, like
yeah,
going
so-
in and out.
So I was like, that's kind of interesting to see more than just like Jedi. You know, like
And they have like a
Padawans and all.
detention center there. That was new.
yeah. Well, that was trippy, dude. Like all the like the different. It was like a light show almost. It was like just a million different lights like being shown. But I do like the Force like mind tricks and stuff like that. Like that's it's classic. It feels old school, but it's like new. That's one thing I will say about this show. Like off the bat is like, it's like. It gives us some of those old school vibes, but like with a newer like kind of setting, which I can appreciate, at least for the first 2 episodes. Like we'll see how it
The
continues
screen
on.
wipes. It's like
Yeah.
It's like remember
Yes.
the originals.
Yeah, exactly. Well, too, like with like I don't know. I feel like the chairs, like the droids that like turned back into the chairs. I don't know. I felt like that was
Oh
very
my
like
god, I lost my
prequel.
mind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it was very
I lost
prequel
my
era.
mind when that happened.
Yeah.
I was
cool.
watching it with I've been watching the episodes with my friend, and when that happened, I kind of just looked at him. I was like, "Oh my god, the droids are chairs. The droids are chairs."
You sit on the droids.
Well, I think they're practical. I think they actually made
Oh,
those,
yeah.
like
That's cool.
like work, which is like it's cool that they're not CGI'd.
That whole escape scene I thought was like hilarious. I
Yeah.
thought the whole
Dude,
thing was like a funny break from what was going on before that.
Yeah, for
Definitely.
sure. For sure. Do you guys think, and maybe this is just me because I've been like really into Fallout lately, especially because of the show. Do you think that they like, because like her little droid, I thought it was just like a tablet or something like that, but apparently that's actually like a droid that she has. It's named Pip, like Pip Boy from Fallout.
Oh, I
you
never
think-
I never put that
I didn't
together.
put that
Wow.
together. No.
Do you guys
Possible
think that like that
inspiration.
was like a nod like that? I think that would have been funny because like they're kind of utility things. Like one's on the arm,
Yeah.
one's on the hip. You know, they're spelled the same. But
I'm not a fan of the tiny droids. I'm not gonna lie. Like I feel like it's
So-
supposed to be like cell phones or smartphones for Star Wars, and it just doesn't
Yeah.
sit well with me. So Pip and Lola, but I like BD1 from the Cal Kestis. I feel like once they're that size, or like have
Yeah.
at least have some legs. Like
They
I don't
do
know.
give you some health and everything like that. So they're like, yeah, good job, little guy. Good job. Keep them coming.
BD1's cool, but I feel like if they stepped away from the cell phone sized.
Yeah, it
droid,
is
it'd be
interesting
cooler.
to see smaller. Like it's like it's because we don't get it a lot. You know, like
I
we
guess
don't get,
mainly
like,
what it was just Leia and OSHA now that
yeah,
I can think of.
But it's still. I mean, I guess we all know because like I was even going to say probe droids, but probe droids are like massive. They're like
Yeah.
humongous. But yeah, it is kind of weird because it's like almost like it is like a smartphone or like a Game Boy or something. Like that's what it feels like. You know.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
But yeah, it'll be interesting to see like where it kind of, because it like chirps at her right when she says something and she's like, oh, like Pip is flexible too or something. I don't know. She says something
Oh
like
yeah, that's right.
that. Because he like chirps at her.
Is Pip gonna be a lightsaber?
Yo, that's it. That's what it is. He's gonna turn to.
My
We
God.
uncovered the secret.
Figured
All right,
it
the show's
out.
ending. Appreciate you guys. By the force, we really were out here. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh man.
I just have a few more things, and then we'll kind of wrap it. We're coming up
Sure.
to an hour here, but I have a few more questions I kind of want to talk with you guys about. In the first episode, no, is it the first? Which one's the one where she crashes? Is that the first one or the second
First.
one?
Yeah.
Yes.
On Karlak.
First.
Yeah, it's not a planet. Yeah.
What do you guys think about that force vision that she has?
That
Because
I remember
it
the watch party. Yeah.
yeah, because it gave me kind of like almost like Luke on Dagobah kind of vibes, but it also kind of gave me like the sequel trilogy where it's like Rey and Kylo having like the Force visions together, but at the same time not, because May doesn't know that Osha's alive, so it's not May
that's what I was
doing it.
That's what I thought.
That's what I noticed first because like everything going on in the background, then you're just like, oh, well, okay, that person's eyes just turned black. This apparently became supernatural. But no, this whenever it happened, you're like, oh God, and everything like that. So you're like, okay, well maybe the dark sister person's just messing with her just to mess with her, just because apparently Darksiders do that. But then towards the very end of the second one, the very cap off, whenever she sees it, it's like actually surprised and like, wait, what? And everything like that. So I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Huh? And then I like, well, was this the master doing this just to like
It must be.
Puppet, yeah,
Something
puppet.
like
yeah,
that,
so you're just
yeah.
like, wait a minute, what? So yeah, I remember when that happened, I was like, huh? I'm like, oh, well, maybe that's got some things to it, but we'll wait and see. But yeah, that's yes, good sir. I noticed that while we were watching that just racked my brain just thinking about that.
Yeah, because the May and the Vision admitted to killing Indara right to her sister. So it's like, but you don't even know your sister's alive. So
Yeah.
either the
Ow.
Force is doing something, or the Master /
Yeah.
the Stranger is doing something, possibly.
Yeah,
But yeah, I
man.
think it might just be the Force. Like maybe that planet has a strong connection, like Dagobah, like Den said.
Oh, the Stanley's
Yeah.
coming in with the Old Republic kind of knowledge with
Good old
Valkorion,
Valkorian.
Oh,
because he's testing both of
Yup.
the brothers until one of the
Twins.
brothers kills.
Yeah.
That could be another ending. How like
Very good
maybe one of the
theme.
sisters.
Tenebrae was
Dies.
at AWS. Oh.
Right. That could be kind of trippy because like Osha technically is the stronger one, right? That's what the Jedi wanted her. She went to train and like it looks like May kind of struggles to use the force. She can use it, but like she struggles to use it more. You know.
And she did get a radical tattoo that her former master didn't apparently like. So apparently she's like, wow. Yeah.
Oh, that's another thing. Charlie brought up the tattoo.
Yeah.
Bro, cool little Nar Shaddaa nod. You know.
Oh my god! Right.
Oh, you're going to Nar Shaddaa to party because it's like the Las
Like
Vegas,
Vegas,
like
baby.
Yeah. I'm just like every time I hear Nar Shaddaa or like because Boba Fett in the Book of Boba Fett he mentions it too. I'm like, just show us Nar Shaddaa, you cowards! I want to see the lights. I want to see all the fancy. Like every time we see Coruscant, I'm just like. It's almost like it's like I start drooling or something like like it's so nice to like just see like it's I don't know what it is like.
Reminds me of that place in Mass Effect where it's all like laser lights and stripper dancer aliens.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it would be cool. That's if we got a Boba Fett season 2, which I don't think we're gonna get, but that's what I would like for Boba Fett season 2 is for him to like I don't know take on the Hutts. And go to Nar Shaddaa and like deal with like the Hutts, kind of like John Wick style or something like that. Just with the music, dun 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 dun. dun. Like, dude, how sick would that be? Him and Finnick going ham, just in like a nightclub or something like that, getting to like one of the
Just shoot a blaster during like a little rave thing that's going on, just light up a flamethrower or something like that, and everybody's still doing that slow motion and walking away.
We could just be doing like a flamethrower thing, and then everybody goes crazy because they think it's like a part of the show or something. They're like, "Pyro, let's go!" And it just elevates it even higher, man. Like
That would be good.
golden ideas right here, Disney. Golden ideas. Give me, dude. I'll come work for free, man. Just let me be a writer. Let me be an assistant writer to somebody. Got this on lock. But no, on a more serious note, going back to the Acolyte. There's obviously something going on that only these Jedi know about, right? We've already kind of seen the Jedi cover some stuff up or like not wanting to divulge information because they don't know what enemies they have out there. Like, do you guys have any idea or like what you think they're trying to like cover up or why they're trying to cover it up? Because we obviously know it's something with the fire and the village burning down because of Torben being like, "Oh, I'm sorry, we thought we were doing the right thing," and drinking. So like something went down, right? You know, like do you guys have any like ideas on what you think that is?
Nick, you got anything?
No thoughts about that. I just don't think there's enough information to kind of build something around, because it's just like supposedly they were the ones that like, or they say that May was the one that burned down their home, but maybe May knows that the Jedi did it. But
a little girl.
For what reason?
From a certain point of view, yeah, it's.
No, somebody needs to make that meme of that girl who's like the house is on fire behind her, and she's like, somebody needs to Photoshop May and just have the village burning on fire in the background.
Yeah, I mean,
because she definitely connects to the I don't know if you guys are aware that there's going to be like witches in this series as well.
Really?
Magic.
And no, they're not Dathomir. They're like their own thing.
But I meant like kind of like that vibe, or do we not?
I don't really know, because there's only like a picture of them and basically a bit from the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
But May. God, I keep getting them confused. May has like that white tattoo on her forehead, and the mother of this clan also has like that same one, like in the middle of her forehead. So maybe there's something there. Maybe those witches are from their home planet.
So maybe
there's something with them also.
Okay.
Here, let me keep going. Sorry.
Yeah. No, it was I was
with you.
I mean, just really fast. It's unfortunate. I tried the audiobook. I tried the regular paperbacks. I couldn't, get the High Republic stuff. But like this stuff, I'm just like, okay, cool. I'll watch this and everything like that. So I have no idea of stuff and everything like that. But unless it's something like that, I have no idea.
Yeah, her.
This chick, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I guess we haven't seen her yet. Okay.
Who's that beside the Wookiee? Is that an Ewok?
Oh my god, yeah.
Looks like it a little bit, yeah.
Oh or some sort of
like furry creature.
So small.
That's a scary thought.
an Ewok Padawan.
Oh god, it's a scary thought.
I also like how Pip's just like chilling, like right here, just like in the background. He's just like, "Hey, what's going on, guys?" Sorry, I didn't mean to derail. I just like I was like, "Wait a second, I think I know who you're talking about." With
Yeah, her. So I'm sure she plays a role into it.
Cool.
Because I know also, I don't know how much trailer talk we want to get into because I know you haven't seen it.
The show's already going, so it doesn't really matter.
Okay,
Let's
there's
roll.
one part where it's God, what's the Torben, right? He's the one that killed himself.
Yeah.
Torben.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
so it's a younger version of Torben. He has like the braid and stuff, and his eyes go black like May's went black in the Vision. So I wonder if, and I think in the trailer he's talking to the witch lady. So I wonder if there's a connection with that as well. I could be wrong about him talking to her, but I think he was talking to the witch.
Well, more flashbacks of Carrie Ann Moss Trinity. That would make sense. Why I thought I seen more of her. I could have swore she was in like a woodland area or something. But yeah, that would make sense.
That'd be cool if she was more like a Mother Talzin kind of like maybe like a different version of Mother Talzin, right? Because we get in Tales of the Empire, the Dathomirians had like the Mountain Clan or whatever, right? Which is like a whole different set of like witches. So we could have even like this, obviously like they're on a whole other planet. Like maybe there's like a whole different level of like magic that we haven't seen, which could be kind of cool up on that front.
I like magic.
Yeah, dude, it's well, it's cool to see something other than the Force, but kind of like the Force, you know? It's like same,
it's like another
but
version
different.
of the Force. It kind of.
Nick, before I ask kind of like my last two questions, I know you said that you had some Easter eggs. So did you want?
Yeah, just a few. But before I did have two small details that I noticed in this that I did want to point out because I feel like they're so small that I don't know if everyone did. So before I get to the Easter eggs, I wanted to say those. So the first one is when May was like punching Torben's force field or whatever. You could actually like see her like the skin on her fingers like pressing in.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so I feel like that's such like a
some
small
good
detail
CGI.
that I'm sure not a lot of people notice, and because obviously on set she's probably just punching air in front of her, and if they
I noticed like the
that,
first swing kind of sucked, but then it like the other ones looked like she was really like hitting something, like you're saying.
Yeah, then the other one was during the Force Vision before we kind of realized it was like a Force Vision when she was on Karlak. The younger May that she was chasing didn't leave any footprints in the snow. So that kind of was like that kind of like triggered me to think like, oh, this is obviously not real. That's what's going on.
Yeah.
I don't know. Those two little details I just wanted to share.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. I would have completely missed that if you hadn't have said that. So that's cool. That's cool. Nick's always good. Dude, you're always good with finding the little bitty like details in the
I try my best.
But before we get into the not, I was going to say spoilers. Before we get into the Easter eggs, we gotta play it. Always, dude. I love using that one.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's the old armor too, Max. You got to update that.
I know. It'd be
all right.
It'd
So
be iconic.
We talked about some of them already. Like the first one I have is the Zygerian Nar Shaddaa. I don't know if any of you guys caught it, but Karlak, we've actually seen that location before in the Clone Wars. That's the planet where Lux Bonteri and Ahsoka go to meet up with Death Watch.
No way!
On that planet,
Cool. That's cool.
I talked about the Mantu species already, and then so there's a small sticker on Pip's body, like somewhere like on the lower half, and it's the same decal that's on the side of Luke's training helmet from the Millennium Falcon.
Oh,
it's like a really small blue faded one that I didn't catch this one. Someone else did. I was like, wow. Pieces of Lie. I think we already talked about that.
Yeah,
Sith Code. Heck yeah, that's cool.
Damn, you guys remember.
And then my last one was, and I didn't get this one either because I don't read Shriwook. Jonas Swatumo, the guy that plays Chewbacca and now Kelnaka, he posted on his story that the sign to Kalnaka's home reads "Keep out" in Shriwook.
Dude, he
Nice.
really is like Shrek, bro. He really is
Yeah.
the Wookiee version of
Slim Jim
Shriwek.
commercial.
that.
So yeah,
Nice,
those
man.
are all not too many, but I feel like enough to warrant its own thing.
Heck yeah,
Just
dude.
wrecked my brain. Yeah, that's
Yeah, well, I don't know if it's an Easter egg, but the thing that's over the guy's face is definitely like a alien vibe with like the one that's
Oh,
sedates him.
facehugger, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't really know if that's an Easter egg, but we'll throw that
The
in.
other
Not- yeah.
alien looking dude, he was like a cone head. He had like cybernetics in his implanted in his face. I was like, that guy looks pretty freaky. I like him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
what
it's cool to
happened
see
to
more
you?
cyborgs. Yeah, like
Yeah.
because I feel like they did that in
Robot
Boba
kinda
Fett,
looking thing.
and it didn't really land as much because we hadn't seen it. But now that we're kind of starting to see it more, maybe it'll be kind of like make more sense to see it like further on down the line of like other
That's
cybernetic individuals, because they're always in Star Wars, but they're never like the main thing, cyborgs. But Darth Chaco's gonna he asked a question that's kind of gonna lead into my question, one of my final ones. So I'm gonna show this and we'll kind of take it from here. He said, "Percy, your Plo Koon mask is awesome. Ditto on that because it is freaking
Wizard.
sick. Do you think he will show up in Legends Keldor
crap.
live to be 250 plus? Here, let me. I can solo you. Give me.
In the trailer,
No,
there
not
is
me. No.
In the trailer, there is a shot of a Keldor in the background. I don't know if that's Plo Koon, but
Dude, it'd be sick. It'd be sick.
That's crazy detail.
the only thing that makes me think it's not is just because Leslie Headland said that there are no legacy characters in this. Because
really?
I thought when Vanestra Rose said like, "Oh, we're pulling together a small council," I thought it'd be interesting to like see Yoda and stuff on them. But I'm assuming. Well, I think her officially what she says is in this season we won't be showing them. So I wonder if they have plans down the road if there's a second season gets greenlit, which I hope it does. Because
they gotta mention like Yoda or something. Like even you just even have to show him, but like he's around.
Yeah, I'm sure a mention might happen.
It's a whole new timeline of Star Wars. We need more than just one, I think.
Yeah, well, it's just like you don't
Even
have to fix.
show.
I think you don't have to fixate on those kind of characters, like a Plo Koon or like. But it would be cool just to maybe see him like walking in the background or like somebody going in, like Yord or something like that, and trying to get. We always see in the prequel trilogy and in the original trilogy people going to Yoda for like a snippet of like mysterious advice. Like if he doesn't really give you an answer, he just gives you like another question.
In Rebels.
And in Rebels too, because he visits
He's
Ezra
the one behind.
Does he visit
all
Kanan?
everything.
I don't know.
Yeah, he talks to both of them in the temples.
Yeah, Kanan and Ezra both.
Yeah, so like that's it, I think it would be cool to like maybe like I don't know if it not this season, maybe another season, but like have somebody come up and like ask him a question. He gives his knowledge, and then that's it. We don't see him anymore.
Yeah, before he like gets Grandmaster and sits on like a thing for like all that sort of stuff. Just master something like that. Just walks by. It's like, how do you open this? Yes, here. Okay, all right, thanks, man. Continues walking on. That's it. That's all you get. He's like, oh, thanks, that little guy. Oh, I forgot to thank him. What was his name? That would be Master Yoda. Seems like a cool guy. There you go.
Well, it'd be because like I don't know.
A Yoda cameo would be kind of funny. Just a small one.
Well, maybe even if he's not like the Grand Master yet, because like I don't know, because it's like 100 years, so he might be, he might not be. But if he was just like a master and he was just like a little side cameo or something like that in the background, like that'd be cool. Like some guy named Yoda, he's one of the which we might see if they do go to the council. We might actually see Yoda because he might be on the council. He might not be the Grand Master yet, which would be interesting to see who is the Grand Master because we've always kind of known Yoda as the one, so it'd be weird to kind of see something else that's different,
So knowing that it's closer to the prequels than we originally thought, it could be the snake guy, like I said.
Oh, what is his name?
Rankisis could be the Grand Master now. Yoda could be in the background. I want to say a quick thing about Plo Koon is I just really wanted to see him, and when I heard there was a Wookiee Jedi, for it to be Tyvaka, his fucking Wookiee Jedi master, who's 9 feet tall and has a sick giant lightsaber. But we might, some of that would be cool in a different show if we get like the Stark hyperspace wars, which are I forget what the comics are called, but that series is amazing, and that's where Tyvaka,
Good
spoiler
man.
alert, dies because he's
No.
He goes
No,
out
that
like
could be sick.
Yoda and Plo Koon have like conversations where they say that Tyvaka had like the greatest precognition, and he could read the Force future like better than anyone else, and if he was still alive, that like everything would have been different.
Oh, okay, so he kind of had like similar to Anakin, where he could like glimpse into the, or even honestly Sifo Dyas, because Sifo Dyas. Well, we don't know if Sifo Dyas saw it or if like Palpatine and Plagueis like put those images in his head, I guess. But like supposedly Sifo Dyas saw the future, and that's why he wanted to get the army. But
from a certain point of view, I mean, yeah.
Well, because we also have that. What's that? I guess she doesn't. We don't really know, but she's just like a force sensitive, like old lady who's like being a messiah in Plagueis, and she's like talking about like metal enemies are gonna fight like men of flesh in a war, and like we have to be on the right side to like win. And Plagueis comes up and he's like, "You're just not a part of my plan," and like zaps her.
Yeah,
Oh, damn.
I can't think. Damn it.
So maybe it's kind of like that too, where it's like, it's interesting because like we have like Jedi who can see the past by like touching items with like psychometry, and then we have like Jedi who can like see the future. So it's like I really like that aspect.
Cal Kestis and Quinlan Voss, I think, can do it.
Oh, Terra Sanube, that would be because we just saw him in when we saw him dead in Kenobi.
Yeah,
I was super sad about that.
In his younger age.
Bro, they're not going to give us that he saved Grogu until that episode came out of the Kenobi show, and I was like, oh.
That would actually be pretty cool. I didn't think about that. Yeah, Terrence Newby saving, but he's like really old. Like I don't know if he could have pulled.
He trained the younglings, you know, in the Clone Wars. Anyway, I don't know.
But no, I mean, it would be cool to like at least like see them like kind of how we do in the prequel trilogy. Like, there's a lot of like background Jedi, that we kind of like. Even freaking Kit Fisto, which we all like know and love. Plo Koon, like same thing. Kiadi Mundi, like they're all background characters in the prequels. Like they don't have any dialogue. They're just there in a couple scenes. You know, it could be a situation like that. But I'm curious to see. I mean, I guess we don't really need to know when Yoda got Grandmaster, but it would be interesting to see how long he holds kind of the title for. You know, but maybe not. I don't know, because like I think the fun part about Yoda is that he has a lot of mystery around him. He has a lot of wisdom and a lot of mystery, so it's like he's very like out there. You know. Oh, dude, Hu Yang. That's exactly what I.
You know,
that would be cool.
Him talking about his age, you know, his age, and him talking about that in Ahsoka and even Clone Wars and stuff like that. I would not put it past that. That would be very cool. And I always love hearing the Doctor's voice and stuff like that. I don't know why.
I feel like maybe not if it's not this season, like because I think there's going to be another season. Like I don't see them wrapping it up in 8. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, but I have a feeling it's going to go on.
I feel like it'll branch off maybe in the time period.
I think what Leslie Headland has said is that she made the series to feel concise enough that people aren't like hoping, like wishing there was more. Like it's very like bookended, but it also does kind of leave it open-ended where it could have a second season if people liked it enough. But it sounds like it's definitely going to have like an end to this season.
Okay. Yeah, dude, Hu Yang, like, I mean, that'd be sick. That's all I got to say about that. Because I don't know. I mean, especially that with that line in Ahsoka where he's like, "I've trained, or I've built lightsabers for Jedi for hundreds of thousands of years. You know, you were like the weakest one I've ever seen, or something." Like she says that to Sabine or something. You know,
I might get Indara's lightsaber as soon as that drops because it looked really cool.
Nice.
It's copper and has like I don't know. It looked cool.
I'm liking
they're kind of big. Yet we haven't seen them yet, but the High Republic lightsabers seem like they're big.
I was thinking
like
about
a chonky boy like this.
Hu Yang. Not Hu Yang. Soul. His lightsaber is really chunky. He's got a chunky lightsaber. I saw him on one of the promotional things, and he was like holding it like this, and I was like, "Damn, man!" I was like,
"Yeah, they all kind of do."
Old school.
Yeah, everyone is mad about that, of course.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're mad
of
about
Why
that? I
wouldn't-
thought it was cool.
No, I mean I'm totally fine
It's
with
like
it. A lot of
technology evolving, like
that's exactly
how
what
George
my
does
thoughts
it.
were, but everyone was just like, "Oh, they're just doing it so that they can make the ones at Galaxy's Edge look normal now." I'm just like, maybe, but just
Well, they
why?
won't
Why
look
is
normal because the prequels had thin lightsabers. So if it's a chunky prequel lightsaber, it's not going to make sense. So it's like
yeah,
it makes sense for the High Republic and like even
yeah, I
like
don't know.
the old Republic. I like I made this joke on our saber tier list ranking, but I said that Revan had a chunky saber, like his spikes.
Yeah, and I got that one now, and it's not very chunky at all.
No, it's not. No, the one that you have is really
I
thin.
can
but
actually use it.
the
Not
the
chunky.
image that I had, it was just like a chungus, man.
Yeah.
It was a big old
I
saber.
remember that.
Yeah. So that's really all the questions I had for you guys. I wanted to know who you guys thought might show up or who you wanted to see. I don't know if you guys have anything else you want to add, but if not, we can wrap this bad boy up.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm just
man.
excited for next week.
Heck yeah, guys! Also, we're gonna be doing until the show is just not for us anymore. We're gonna do watch parties. So next Tuesday we'll have a watch party. I'm probably gonna play some Star Wars Hunters beforehand, so you guys can come and hang out and chit chat and all that stuff. And then I don't know. How do you guys feel about the Thursday time slot instead of the Saturday time slot?
I will take that over the 3 a.m. coming out over in the different time zones and stuff like that. Yeah. Because I remember when they were like, new Star Wars thing coming out. Oh, for God's sakes, I don't want to stay up till 3 a.m. or 12 different some timelines and stuff. And this one, thank God, comes out at like 8 or 9 or 6, depending on like where you're at and everything. It's like, thank you, please stay on this, please. I can
Are
actually
they
watch
going to keep
it.
doing that?
I hope.
I
man.
would
hope so.
assume so.
I hope.
I don't know why it's such a big secret. That's my thing because like Charlie, JT, and I were sitting at the watch party, and sorry guys, this is a little tangent, but like
okay.
we didn't know what time it was, so we started an hour early.
Yeah.
Thankfully, we're just being nerds and just talked about nerdy Star Wars stuff the whole time. But I was like, why is it such a big secret of why can't it be like premiering June 4th at 6 p.m. or 7 p.m.? Like, how hard is why is it a secret? Why do we have to know like literally the day it comes out?
Is the show not ready yet? Is that what's going on?
So they're editing like up until like the last second. They're like they're in Premiere, just like moving shit around and like clipping audio and stuff. Like, come on. Last comment here, Dark Choco is like, I hate the Revan saber. It feels like holding a handful of knives. I don't know, Charlie, you have it. Does it feel like holding a handful?
I
of
do.
knives?
I do. I could go get it, but it's the Jedi one, and his Sith one actually, son of a Arlian.
That's funny. But
I have one more thing to add too.
Yeah, go for it, man. Go for it.
I got through everything we talked. You guys brought up most of what I was going to talk about.
Hey, nerdiness for the win.
The Soul had a line where he said to Osha, which like made me love their relationship now. And he's like, she was like saying that she wasn't a good student, and then he says, perhaps I wasn't a very good teacher. And like, that's such a small thing, but like, how many fucking Jedi masters have ever said that in their lives?
I think I've only heard Qui-Gon in the Master and Apprentice book say that.
Like, yeah, it's
That's
pretty. It's a pretty cool thing, and obviously bases his character off of Qui-Gon. But yeah, that was like the one thing I wanted to point out too. I thought that was a cool line.
Oh, 100%.
From a guy who can't speak English.
Yeah, that's also why.
Learned his lines phonetically like Jackie Chan did when he started.
Yeah, that's
so
insane.
Oh,
You'd
the
have
actor.
never been able to like tell the
actor.
difference. It's nuts.
He probably knows enough now conversationally, I'm sure. It's been like a year or two of filming, I bet.
Yeah.
Anytime he talks in English, it's just like there's Star Wars content like throughout it now.
It's like lightsaber. Yeah.
Right. Man, again.
There it is.
Thank JT for this. It's
It's
amazing. Love it. Yeah. I hadn't put anything in it or anything like that.
With yours, like the spikes, I feel like in all the images, the spikes are like a lot longer and like more pulled out. I feel like they thinned them on that one, which makes it look really nice.
Yeah,
it's so good because the guidings. Well, then again, I stuff with me and everything like that. But yeah, his Jedi one, like the Sith one's like more sleeker and stuff like that. But I don't know. I love it. And just then again, but then Revan's one of my favorite characters and stuff like that. But
Heck yeah, Stanley's.
My dyslexic ass read that as humidity. Trying more and more among
weather
Jedi.
has been weird, so you know what? No worries.
Oh, gotta love my dyslexic brain. Well, thank you guys for coming on and chatting.
man.
Definitely go check out all their stuff. All their links are down in the bio. They do awesome stuff. Go show the love and spread the love. We'll be back probably this weekend, man, because I'm really excited about Star Wars Hunters. So I'm probably going to stream Star Wars Hunters this weekend. But we'll be back on Tuesday with the stream for the Acolyte, and then we'll be doing roundtables every week. So we will catch you guys there. Thank you for watching, and as always, may the Force be with you. Peace.
Arigato.
So, guys.